Namaste, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I am Kim Michelle, and we are here for Tune Into Yourself Tuesday, our first class. So we're going to stand, and this is how we're going to start. Usually we thought tune into yourself is going to be a gentle practice. It is, but we're going to start in mountain. And so when we start in mountain, our feet are hip width apart. That is, imagine taking your two fists and putting them in between your feet. That's the distance of your inner hips. So when we stand in mountain, we want to lift up our toes and lower them. When we lift the toes, we can feel the front two corners of the feet and then the two corners of the heel, four corners of the feet. And so we'll lean to the left and we'll lean to the right. Let's lean forward and lean backwards. And then we can find our stable positioning on our feet and think about opening up the collarbones, letting the top of the head reach up toward the ceiling. Hands are going to shine forward. We'll flex the knees. This is our mountain pose. In Sanskrit, it's called Tadasana. And so let's inhale our arms up, upward salute. Exhale them down and bend your knees. Bring the body into a little ball. Inhale up to a big giant mountain. Exhale down. We're coming down in the valley. Inhale up. Exhale the hands down to your hips. So this is our nice grounding pose. We're going to think about being grounded today. So let's come on down to the floor. Now we can have the feet out forward. We can open them out into a V, or we can bring them to crisscross applesauce. And this is our easy seat. We're going to start out with our breath work, and we're going to inhale, let the belly expand. Exhale, let the belly fall. Inhale, let the belly expand. Exhale, let the belly fall. As we're grounded, you can feel the hip sit bones in the mat. Inhaling. Exhaling. Continue to breathe. Sit up straight. Let the crown of your head reach toward the ceiling. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, we're in this present moment right now. Exhale. Keep breathing. I have something awesome from Cleo Wade's Heart Talk. It says, it is a gift in life to have loving friends, family, and other types of support as sounding boards when you are in a crisis or in need of help or advice. But remember to balance the opinions of others with your own inner wisdom. No one knows your life the way you do. So while we must always ask for help when we need it and show gratitude for advice from others, we must also know the difference between respectfully considering someone's opinion and giving it the power to dictate our lives. We are here to do things in our own style, make our own mistakes, and learn our own lessons in our own unique way. Do not ignore your intuition. There is an infinite intelligence within you. Let it be your guiding light. That's what we're doing. We're tuning into ourselves. So go ahead and blink open your eyes. Look forward. We're going to take our nose and turn it over our right shoulder. And exhale forward. Inhale to the left. Exhale forward. Inhale right. Exhale forward. Inhale left. Exhale forward. Now take that nose and look down at your right underarm. Stretching out the back of the left side of the neck. If you want, you can take your ring finger on your right hand and give the head a little tug. Inhale and exhale here. I'll let go of the head and look up. And now let's look down at the left underarm. If you want an extra stretch, take the ring finger of the left hand and give it a little tug. But don't pull too hard. I say use the ring finger because that's the weakest finger. Go ahead and release the head. And we're gonna look up at we're gonna do the clock with our nose. Look up at 12 o'clock, over to 3, down to 6, over to 9, and noon. 3, 6, 9, midnight. Now let's go backwards. Start at midnight, go over to 9, 6, 3, noon, 9, 6, 3, and 12 o'clock. Alrighty. So now let's warm up our shoulders. We'll roll them forward. And I like to have my hands on my shoulders. And bring the shoulders up by the ears and slide the shoulder blades down the back. Roll them forward again. We'll do 3 rotations forward. And then now let's move backwards. 3 rotations the opposite way. Alrighty, so now let's inhale the arms up, let the fingertips touch, drop the right hand to the side, reach the left hand up and over. Now both hips are on the mat. Our body is on the same plane. Sometimes we want to reach forward, but we want to have that left underarm open and getting all the air in there. Nice side body stretch. Inhale the hands up over the head, let the fingertips touch. Drop the left hand, reach the right hand up and over. We're in the same plane, so we don't want to be rolled forward. We want to be on the same plane, bodies in the same plane. One more time, fingertips up. Right hand down, reach up and over. Fingertips touch. Reach over the opposite way. And bring the fingertips up, let them touch. And then bring the left hand to the right knee. And the right hand behind you. Inhale, reach the crown of the head toward the ceiling. Exhale the belly button to the right. Inhale, elongate the spine, reaching up. Exhale, rotate the shoulders to the right. Inhale. And look over that back shoulder if it feels good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come back to the front. We're gonna leave the left hand on the right knee. And we're gonna take the right hand and bring it to the left knee. And we're gonna lean forward. 3 breath cycles. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Now release the left hand from the right knee. We'll continue to hold the left knee with the right hand, and we'll take that left hand, bring it behind us. Inhale, reach the crown of the head up toward the ceiling. Exhaling the belly button to the left. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, turning the shoulders to the left. Inhaling, lengthening. If it feels good, go ahead and look over that back shoulder with your head. If that doesn't feel good in your neck, do not look. Inhaling, exhaling, twist. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, unwind the body back to the front. So we did our spinal movement laterally to each side. We did it rotationally each way. And now we're going to do flexion, forward and backwards. So hands on the knees, inhaling the chest forward, cow. Exhaling, rounding the back, chin to chest, cat. Inhaling, open the collarbones, leaning forward. Exhaling, rounding the back, chin to chest. Inhaling, opening the heart, shining your love. Exhaling, cat. Alrighty, now let's lengthen the legs. If they were in crisscross applesauce, we're gonna do a forward fold. This is one of the master poses. It's also called staff. And so we'll bring the hands up above our head. Now think about this. We're going to reach up high with our fingertips, but we want to keep the shoulders in their sockets. So do this with me. Reach and let the shoulders come out of the socket. Now push them back in, and we still reach with our fingertips. Now inhale, and with a straight spine, chest shining forward, lean forward till the belly comes to rest on the top of the thighs. And you can't come down any further. Go ahead and let the hands come to the shins and let the chin fall. We're gonna rest here 5 breath cycles. Maybe you wanna extend the hands to the ankles. Inhaling and exhaling. Gravity's gonna pull you down further and further on each breath. And go ahead and walk those hands up the legs. And we're gonna bring the legs around and we're gonna meet in tabletop. And if you have blocks or books, you can rest the hands on there. If you don't, that's okay. I'm gonna do this. This is gonna take some of the pressure off of the hands, okay? And it will help you also with your cat-cow. So our cow is shining the chest forward. Our cat is rounding the back, chin to chest. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And like we did in our first mountain pose, let's lean to the left and lean to the right, and to the left and to the right. Finding our stability here, our grounding, where we want to be. Now let's do some C shapes with our spine. We're going to look over that right shoulder and look toward the right ankle. And inhale forward. Exhale, looking at the left ankle. We're opening up the side body each time we move. We can feel a stretch in our hip flexors when we rotate and twist. And so now we're going to come down off of these blocks and open up the knees, let the toes touch, and reach the seat back toward the feet. And we want to come down. If you have a block, you want to rest your head on the block, you can. Or you can rest your forehead on fist. If you have a lot of flexibility in your back, go ahead and rest your forehead on the mat, reaching the arms out forward. 3 breath cycles, and relax the lower back here. Alrighty, now let's bring those knees in, and we're gonna stretch the back of our triceps. And so if you have blocks, I'll show you both ways. If you have blocks, come down here. So we're gonna have a right angle with the legs, the lower legs, and the upper legs. And you're gonna bring the elbows to the blocks. And we're gonna open up the triceps and the upper back. It's easier with the blocks. If you don't have blocks, you still can do it with your pillow or with on the ground. So here it is with a pillow. You're just elevating the elbows up a little bit more. Alright. So now we're gonna do a little bit of stretching of our calf. We'll extend the right leg and we'll be on the right toes and the balls of the feet. We'll reach back, opening up the calf and reach forward, back. The inhale is forward. The exhale is back. The inhale is forward. And now take that right foot and cross it over the left foot. And here we are twisting again. We're looking back at that foot. It's a sideways stretch. Looking past the left shoulder at that right foot that's crossed over. And now let's swing the foot over so it's in line with the knee. I'm gonna face you. We're preparing for gate pose. So once you have stability, go ahead and come upright. We'll inhale the arms over the head. Exhaling the hand down the extended leg, reaching up and over. Inhaling the arms up. Now if you have your block, this is a fine place to use it again. Reaching up and over, and this is like that first stretch we did the sideways. You don't want to come forward. We want to be in the same plane. Underarm is out and open, getting all the air in there. Inhaling up. Exhaling down the extended leg. Inhaling up. Extending over onto the block or the mat. Alrighty, let's meet back in our tabletop. We will extend, I'm gonna face this other way so you can see my leg well. Extend the left leg. We'll flex that foot good and inhale forward. Exhaling back. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. Now take that foot, that left foot, and cross it behind you. And we'll look past the right shoulder, back at that crossed left foot. Stretching out the side body. Inhaling and exhaling here. And now we'll bring the left foot out to the side so it's in line with the right knee. I'm gonna come face you all so you can see me well. Once you get your balance, go ahead and inhale the arms up and over, up. Look at the fingertips, let them fingertips touch. And exhale, lengthening the left hand down the extended leg. Opening up the side body, right hip flexor. Inhaling up. Exhaling the hand down to a block or the mat. Reaching up and over. Opposite side body stretch. Inhale the fingertips up. Exhaling down the extended leg, reaching up and over. Inhaling up. Exhaling the hand down to the mat or block. Reaching up and over. Inhaling up. Exhaling through prayer. And now we are going to come back to our tabletop and get ready to come into our first down dog of the day. We will tuck the toes and we're gonna hover the knees on the mat for one breath. Now reach the hips up to the sky. We're just gonna do a really slow sun salutation. We're gonna first think about our feet being on the mat. If you need your heels off of the mat, the goal is to have that belly resting on the thighs, looking in between the knees, pressing your thumb and your index finger into the mat. Good. Opening up the collarbone. Now, if you can bring your heels to the ground. If that doesn't work for your body, that's okay, because we want to have a long back. And so now we will walk the hands toward the feet, and we'll hang in this forward fold for a moment. And then we'll walk the hands up the legs to our mountain again. Remember, our feet are hip width apart. Feeling the four corners of the feet. Collarbones are open. And we'll take a walk up to the top of our mat, feeling the four corners on each step. And we're at the top of our mats. The knees are flexed. Standing in this mountain pose, our back is long. Think about being that lizard, having our tail pulling us down. Inhaling the arms overhead. Exhaling, hinging at the hips. And we're gonna stop here halfway. This is our half fold. We're in a right angle, 90 degrees. Now exhale, coming all the way down into forward fold. Inhale, back to that flat back, 90 degrees. Hands are on the shins, neck is long, shoulders are back. And exhale the hands down to the ground. Step back with the right foot. Drop the right knee. Inhale the hands overhead. Exhale the hands down to the mat. Step the left foot back. We're in table. And we're gonna come down and bring the chest and the chin to the mat. And we're gonna bend the elbows backwards like a cricket. They're on the same plane. They're not flaring out. They're coming back to a cricket. And we bring the chest and the chin to the mat. And then we scoot the body all the way down. Let's reposition our hands so they're underneath the shoulders. And inhale, lift the chest and the chin up a little bit. Squeeze those elbows in. And then press your hands into the mat, lifting the hips up, coming back to child's pose. 3 breath cycles here. Let's come back to our table. Tuck the toes. Let's step the right foot forward. Inhale the hands overhead. Bring the hands down to frame the right foot. Step the left foot forward. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Now bend the knees, press the feet into the mat, and bring the hands overhead. Exhale the hands through prayer into mountain. All right, let's do it on our left side. I need to take another step up to the top of the mat. So inhale the hands overhead. Exhale, hinging at the hips. We have a straight back as we're hinging the hips all the way down to the forward fold. Hands come down to the mat. Head drops, hangs low. Inhale to a flat back. Shoulders are sliding down the back of the back. Exhale the hands down to the mat. Step back with the left foot. Drop the left knee. Inhale the hands overhead. Exhale the hands down. Step the right foot back. We are in tabletop. Let's inhale. Exhale, bending the elbows back, dropping the chest and the chin to the mat. Inhale, the base of our belly all the way to the mat. Exhale. Tuck those elbows in tight. Inhale, lift the chest and the chin. Looking at the top of the mat. The neck isn't cranked up. The eyes are looking at the top of the mat. And exhale, push the hands into the mat. Come into child's pose. 3 breaths. Let's come into tabletop. Step the left foot forward. Tuck the right foot. Inhale those hands overhead. Exhale the hands down to frame the left foot. Step the right foot forward. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Press into the feet. Inhale those hands overhead. Exhale the hands through prayer into mountain. Alrighty. It is time to do our balancing exercises. We are going to balance on 2 feet first. So what we do is think about looking down at your feet. They're hip width apart again. Lift the toes up. Now lift the heels up. That's a balance. Drop the heels. Lift the toes. And sink the hips back like a little mini chair. Stand up, lift the heels, and lift the hands up. Exhale, lower the heels, lift the toes, sit back into a chair. Inhale up, lift the heels, lift the hands. Exhale, lower the heels, sit back into chair. One more. Lift the heels, lift the hands, and lower the hands through prayer into mountain. That was 2 feet balance. Now let's do 1 foot balance. If you have a wall near you, feel free to use it. And so what we'll do is we will ground into our right foot, feeling those 4 corners, maybe lifting the toes so you're activating everything in the foot. Now lift the left heel up, that bends the left knee, and open that knee up and bring the heel into the right ankle. This is a baby tree. You can bring the hands into the chest, into prayer. Look across your room, find a focal point. That is the drishti. So maybe you bring the left foot up to your ankle, so you're balancing on the right. Maybe you bring it up to the calf. Maybe you bring it up to the inner thigh. I'm gonna leave mine on my calf. The knee is not an option because that could injure the knee. So we're gonna try to hold this pose for a few breath cycles. As you inhale, you lengthen the spine. As you exhale, you root into the mat. And if you wobble, you wobble. And then find your spot again. Then go ahead and step that foot down. Shake it out. Maybe you shake your hips. Maybe you bend those ankles and circle them around. Now we'll do the opposite. Every side is different. For me, I need to hold the wall for my left side. So we ground into the left foot. We lift the right heel up. We open the right knee. And we find our focal spot across the room. You can bring the foot up, let it rest on the ankle, or the inner calf, or the inside of the thigh. Inhaling, you're reaching, think about pulling the head up toward the ceiling. Exhale, rooting into the ground. So the top of the head is like the leaf of the tree. The foot is like the root. We're standing strong, like a mighty oak. Go ahead and bring that knee forward and step down. And we can shake out the hips. And now we're going to try our squat pose. You want to have, so if you're going sideways, your feet will be in the heels are going to be on the mat, and the toes are going to be off of the mat. And we want to have a straight spine. So think about the spine is straight and you have a broomstick that is coming out of the base of the spine all the way up the back through the top of the head. That's how our spine is going to look. And we're going to come all the way down in our yogi squat. I have 2 blocks under me. And you can have the hands in front of you. We'll do 3 breath cycles. And bring the hands down. And we're going to meet in our seat. The legs are extended. And it's time for that stack pose again. Now the backs of our hamstrings are open a little bit more now. So let's inhale the hands up, over our head. Remember our shoulders, we're keeping our shoulders in the shoulder sockets. Our neck is long. We're gonna look at those fingertips as we hinge forward. The belly comes to rest on the thighs. The hands come to rest on the shins. And then we let the chin fall forward. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Walk up the length of the legs. And let's bend our right knee. And lengthen the left hand over the left leg. Wrapping it around the right knee. Taking the right hand. And bring it behind you. And we have a nice twist again. Unwind, look forward, let the right knee fall open, and then bring the left leg in. We'll let the feet touch each other. They're like a little book. You can let your hands wrap around your toes and lean forward in your butterfly pose. Nose is falling toward the toes. Bring the body upright. And now let's extend our right leg. And the left knee is going to come up toward the ceiling. Sit up straight. We can feel our sit bones on the ground. Extend the right hand over the right leg. Wrap it around the left knee. And take the left hand and bring it behind. Another spinal twist. Unwind. And now bend the right leg. We're gonna bring the feet to the width of the mat. And we are going to windshield wiper the knees. So dip the knees to the left and look over the right shoulder. Bring the knees up, dip them to the right, look over the left. And back and forth. Alrighty, now let's walk our feet in. And we're gonna do the boat pose. And you can bring the hands behind the thighs. And think about opening up those collarbones, sitting up straight. And try to find your balance on your hips. Maybe your toes touch the mat. Maybe you lift the toes and balance on the hips. And bring the shins so they are parallel to the ceiling. Shining the chest forward. Maybe you lift the hands up so the palms are facing the ceiling. But make sure the chest is still up. Now bring the hands down, bring the toes down, and let the hands face forward. And lower the back all the way down to the mat. Alrighty. So now we're gonna do some pelvic tilts before we do our bridge. So when we do our pelvic tilts, let's think that we have that same broomstick and it's going through our hips horizontally. And we're gonna take our hips, if you have your hands on your hips, that's nice to kind of feel it. And we're just rotating the hips up. So the hips only lift off of the ground about ½ an inch because we're just rotating them. The inhale is up and engage the core, the tummy. Exhale, lower and relax. Inhale, rotate and lift. Engage the glutes and the core. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rotate, engage. Exhale, lower. Now bring the hands down by the side of each hip, pressing into the mat. So we'll think about pressing the feet into the mat, engaging the glutes, pressing the hands into the mat, opening up the collarbones and the chest. And so let's press and lift the hips up several inches. Core's engaged and the tummy is tight. Squeeze the knees together, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, press the feet, the hands, the backs of the biceps into the mat. Squeeze the glutes, the knees together. Engage the core. Exhale and lower. Now let's bring our knees to our chest and bring our hands on our shins. And let's rock from side to side, giving the hips a massage. Now bring the feet down to the mat. And take the right foot and put it on top of the left knee. And take the right hand and place it on the right knee. Opening up that hip flexor. This is option 1. Option 2 is thread the hands behind the left thigh. Giving that left leg a little tug. Make sure both feet are flexed hard. That protects our knees. Our neck is long. The base of the spine is still on the mat. Our shoulder blades are open too. If your hands are behind the thighs, unlace them. Lower the left leg to the mat. Cross the legs like you're sitting on a couch with a skirt on. Open the hands out into a T. Let those knees fall to the left. Maybe take the left hand and put it on top of the right leg and give it a little tug. Look over at the right hand. Another opportunity for a spinal twist. Remembering to breathe in this moment. Bringing the knees back up to the center, uncrossing the legs. And now bring the left foot on top of the right knee and the left hand on the left knee, opening up that hip flexor. That's option one. Option two is thread the hands behind the right thigh. Bringing that leg in a little bit more, opening up that glute. Feet are flexed hard. Remembering to breathe. Go ahead and release the hands. Let the right foot fall down to the mat. Cross the knees like you're sitting on a chair. Open the hands out to a T. Let those knees fall to the right. Maybe putting the right hand on the left knee. Give it an extra tug. Looking back at the left hand if it feels good in your spine. Remembering to breathe here. Bring the knees back up to the center, uncross the legs. Now we're coming to our second to last pose. Let's bring those feet up so they're high-fiving the ceiling. The soles of the feet are facing the ceiling. Our knees are open. Maybe we have our hands on the backs of our thighs. Maybe the hands are on the outer edges of the feet. Maybe they're grabbing the big toes with your peace fingers, your index and your middle finger. This happy baby can rock from side to side, add a little bit of playfulness. All right. Release the legs. And I want to show you a pose how I want to end Shavasana in supported fish. If you have blocks, the fish pose will be two blocks at the top of the mat. The one block is going to come to right behind your shoulder blades, and the other block will come behind the base of the head, and your feet will come out to each corner, and the shoulders are open wide and palms are shining forward. If you have the blocks, that's a good way. If you don't have blocks, you can take your pillow and you bring the pillow or your bolster to the base of the spine. And then release the body down. Feet are still on the each corner of the mat. It's a supported fish. Palms are shining up to receive. If you don't have either, Traditional Shavasana also works. And take up all the space on your back. On the inhale, let the belly rise. On the exhale, let the belly fall. Now bring those feet in and let the toes touch and point them hard. And reach the arms over your head on the inhale. On the exhale, relax. So whatever you have behind your back, remove it. And then feel what the back feels like now that it's been opened up a little bit more. Roll over to the right side, letting the head rest on the right bicep. Bend the knees, we're in a fetal pose. Our left hand is in front of the chest. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, push your way up to the top. I have been reading this book called The High Five Challenge by Mel Robbins, and she high fives herself every morning and says a few affirmations. And so some of it, we'll do a couple of our affirmations, and we're going to high five instead of our traditional hugs. We're going to high five each other. And we're gonna say the phrase, so, and it's gonna have our name. So I'm gonna say, Kim Michelle, you got this, high five. So you guys say your name and say, I got this. And then our second one is, Kim Michelle, you can do it. And the last one is, say your name. I'm gonna say, Kim Michelle, you are awesome. Thank you all for joining me on Tuesday night, Tune Into Yourself. I appreciate you for joining me and allowing me to lead you through this practice. Namaste and amen.
Thank you. Good night.
Thanks, Michelle.